Hello, welcome to Ask Mother, the first session for 2023, and this is actually our session 131. This is a brand new year, and I'm so happy to be here with you. Thank God for the wake up call, huh? Well, welcome to Ask Mother. We are headed into our third year, and we are so grateful that God has kept us moving. And because of you, we're still here. And we thank you. And as you're coming in, don't forget to like and share so that we can keep it going as long as the Lord allows. Thank you for coming in. God bless you. Come on in. Thank you. We made it through that really hard winter storm. Very cold. It was extremely cold here. But the Lord blessed us, and now I think it's like 60 degrees. All the snow is gone. It's just a memory. And here we are now, ready to move forward. Thank you for coming in. Come on in. Let me see who we have here. The very first Ask Mother session of 2023. God bless you, Luann. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. We're so grateful. Uh, the we have an interesting topic tonight to get everybody started. God bless you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us today. Thank God. Thank God. And some of you asked me about Neil. Well, he is recovering, and he has a cone on, so he's uncomfortable and tries his best to take it off. But he's recovering. Thank you for asking. God bless you. Come on in. Hello, my Gladys. You say you can't hear me? Well, here we are. Okay. God bless. God bless. And so tonight, I'll just wait a little bit longer to so that we can get more and more. Um, And those of you that are having trouble listening, why don't you just turn your volume up? That might work. Huh? Oh my. Here we go. Roxy, happy new year. Okay, okay, okay. And so tonight we're going to talk about change. And I'm going to talk about it from two perspectives tonight. One is the change that all of us, well, about 94% of the population of the world, I know of America, well, come up with New Year's resolutions, things that we're going to change, mostly about ourselves. And we're going to talk about what that entails. But then we're also going to talk about be the change that you want to see, even in the social and in our larger society. Be the change that you want to see. If you don't want to see rudeness, so don't be rude. You be the one that's courteous. You be the one that smile. You be the one that's helpful. Let's be the change that we want to see in others. let's model it and show them what to do. All right. So here we are. This is our first Ask Mother session 131 for the year 2023. My goodness. And so let's talk about change. Change is a process. It's not an event. And many people I think that change should be an event. It's not an event. It's a process. This kind that we're going to talk about tonight is a process. And many people, most people, during this time of year, they examine themselves. They find themselves really involved in introspection, trying to see what it is that they can affect, what change they can affect within themselves. And to be able to do that, you have to tell your own truth. You know that. You have to be honest with yourself, look into yourself. And then I want to say this. I was thinking about this today, is that a lot of times we make commitment to other people, we make commitment to our children, to just, other folks. Want us to make a commitment to ourselves and consider that the commitment that I make to myself is worth keeping. And so I want to encourage you tonight that when you make the commitment of the change that you want to see in 2023, make it to yourself and deem yourself important enough to keep your own commitment. Y'all following me? And so I want you to make sure that during this time, this year, let's decide whatever changes that you want to see within your own self and your surroundings. Maybe you have a project that is lying fallow, you didn't get to do it, you started it and stopped. Maybe there were relationship that need to be worked on. Um, and maybe even your walk with the Lord needs to be quickened and strengthened. And so make the commitment to you. Say to your own self, I said to myself, I will. And I say, I shall. I can and I must. And when you make that commitment to you, look at your own self and say that, then make sure that you keep your word to you. Because, a lot of times we say, oh, I'm going to do this. A lot of folks, I used to be a dietitian, and a lot of people, as far as they used to say, oh, I'm going to lose weight and I'm going to lose it for my spouse, or I'm going to lose it for my children, and I'm going to lose it for you. Lose it for you. And if you'll do that, then you won't be tempted, as tempted to come off of it when, if your children don't act right, your spouse, y'all might get into it a bit. Um, and then you find yourself upset and going back to old behavior. So make a commitment to you, and a change, um, whenever you say I'm going to change, that means that you're going to alter what is for something better. Okay. And the word that the Bible uses is be ye therefore transformed by the renewing of your mind. You'll have to transfer your thought processes, transform your intent, and then you have to transform your you have to be intentional. Be intentional. Say, I said that I was going to do this, and I'm going to. And so it requires introspection. Be clear to your own self. Tell your own truth about what change you want, and then look and see what it's going to take to affect that kind of change. whatever it is, if you started a book and you have not finished it and you just, just kind of fizzled out somewhere, then you go back and check yourself, see what it is you need to do in order to regain the drive that you had when you started it. Set some specific time frames and then work within your time frames. Make yourself do it. And you'll have to look at your will to do when you are affecting change within your own personal self. You have to go past your want to. A lot of us want to do this and we want to do that, but where's your will? And you have to affect your will in order to bring it to pass. And that will connects up with your um, conviction. You say, "Oh, I'm going to do this." And with the help of the Lord and with me following through, this is going to happen. And then that puts your will, lines your will up with the commitment, the words that you speak to you. I hope you all are following me. And so decide that this year, whatever change I want to see affected, I am going to make the commitment to me, and I am worth it. I'm worth following through. I have a responsibility to me to be true to me. I'm going to tell myself my truth, and I'm going to deal with it. Y'all get it? All right. It's just something simple. Um, let's say I don't read my Bible as I should. Well, you already know that. So how are you going to affect that change? You set a time frame and you put yourself on a schedule where you will do it. And let me tell you something about that. The more that you uh, discipline yourself to the Word of God, it becomes, it's almost like you're eating food. And you'll just have to discipline yourself for a little while. And after a while, you can't imagine not doing it. And remember this: bad habits are not the easiest thing to break. If you're gonna say, "I'm not gonna eat any more just junk food," I've been eating way too much junk food, too much sweets, too much um, uh, salty stuff, so too much of just junk, too much um, fast food. When you decide, okay, so what are you going to have to do to stop that? Number one, you have to make a determination. Okay, if you're not going to eat fast food, that means you're going to have to do what? You have to cook. You're going to have to cook. And you'll say, I'm spending way too much money eating out. What does that mean? You have to cook. And so you set up a schedule. My daughter does something that is really, I love it when she does it. She pre pre-plan and uh prepare pre-prepare her foods. But oh yeah, she prep. Thank you, Lord. She preps her food. And so she goes in there and she preps and then she puts things in um bags or in Tupperware and it's ready to go. And that makes it so much easier. And you can spend an evening doing that for 2 or 3 meals, 2 or 3 days. And that works. When you determine, I'm going to save that money because, now at the fast food places, they don't care what they ask you to pay for something that you accustomed to paying $5 or $6 for, and they tell you $16. What did y'all do different? Nothing. We just increase the price just because they can. And so you're determined, I'm going to keep doing this. And so do what it takes for you not to do it. And so it's going to demand more out of you But then the results that you're looking for, you're going to save money, and you're going to save time, and you're going to find yourself really moving forward, um, and seeing yourself successful in that you're trying to do. So don't be surprised. Do not be surprised when you see that the change that you want is coming through. But you have to make a commitment and do what it takes for you to make it happen. Um, chart your course. Sit down and decide, okay, I'm going to do this and be realistic. Set yourself up to fail. Don't sabotage your own success. Um, and a lot of us at this time of year, oh, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. And you'll say within a month, forget that. I'm going to go on a all liquid diet. That doesn't make sense because you might get a lot off, but you're going to put it right back on plus because we are eaters. We're not just drinkers. You see? And so don't set yourself up to fail and don't sabotage your own success. All right. And so once you chart your course, decide that you're going to implement it, you're going to do it. It's just like, okay, I need to exercise more. I need to decide that I'm going to exercise. I need to do my stretches and I need to do some strength building. Well, let me tell you the experience I had one year. Oh, I went to the gym and he, I said, oh, well, because I used to, can you believe it? I actually used to teach aerobics.
Sure
I'm
did.
just ashamed to tell you now.
I went to a class.
So
She was good too.
that was then. This is now. Let's not grieve it. Okay, let me see what I can catch up to do now. Okay, so went in and know what it takes. But it had been a while since I'd done anything. And so the guy asked me, and I had a trainer, and he said, okay, we're going to start you off on the elliptical because I told him I cannot do the treadmill. Put me on the elliptical. You burn more energy, and it works your whole body. I really like that machine. It does great work. So I get on it. He said, well, how much time you want to start off with? He said, let's try 20 minutes. Well, I was started out, I was working, I was going, and whew, it got harder and harder. 4 minutes, guys. 4 minutes. I was, I mean, I couldn't hardly make it. I said, turn it off. I had a very unrealistic expectation for myself because I had not done anything in a while, and certainly not on the elliptical. So what did I do? The next day, I went right back and I said, let's try 5 minutes. And I did 5 minutes. I was puffing and blowing, but I did 5 minutes and I did 5 minutes for 3 or 4 days. And then I just started adding minutes, just adding so that I could be successful. You see what I'm saying? And I didn't fuss at myself because I was just doing 3 minutes. I was happy to do my 8 minutes. And when you know anything, I got that thing all the way up to 45 minutes. Hey, it took me a minute to do it, but 45 minutes was easy after I set the course. Y'all see what I'm saying? Set a course so you can see yourself um, being successful. Don't set yourself up to fail because then you'll get discouraged and wind up not doing it. Keep at it. It can work. Follow through and be consistent. And then don't get so carried away. Okay, if you lose, let's say, oh, I'm losing inches, I'm losing weight, I'm doing really good. I'm going to reward myself. No, what you're looking for is a lifestyle change. And if you go and eat a double banana split, come on, you just reverted back to old behavior. And see, it takes a while for you to change your taste buds where you don't want the junk stuff anymore. Don't want a lot of that sweets and stuff. And so it takes time for your taste buds to adjust. And just when your taste buds are adjusting, you decide to reward yourself with old behavior, with old stuff, then you all the way back and got to start all the way over. Okay? So don't do it. And then a lot of times say, oh, but I just want some chips. Oh, I just want some pickles. Oh, I just want your body is saying, hydrate me. Give me some water. Drink some water. And you'll find yourself doing that taste will leave you, that craving for it will leave you. And if you say, I just gotta have something sweet, eat a lemon. Eat a lemon. It tricks your psyche or something, but you can eat a lemon and something sour and you don't the craving for the sugar and for the sweet will dissipate. So it's just a little something that I know works. And sometimes you do real good if you can just crunch on something. An apple is a good cruncher. Hmm um Cucumbers, good crunchers. And celery, celery you can give me. They're good crunchers. And sometimes that helps you and get you moving back in the right direction. Okay? So be the change that you want to see in your life, in your family, on your job. Be courteous. You want to be pretty courteous. Smile. If you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours. That's what my girlfriend used to say, and it does work. And and if you want to be that person that's courteous, you want to see courtesy more, then you be courteous. Be the change you want to see, and then stand true to your own self. Tell your own self your commitment and keep your commitment to you and then ask God to help you and it will work. Um, I knew that, and a lot of you already heard my testimony about this. I've been eating for over 20 years um, because of a health situation that kept reoccurring. And and I just prayed a simple prayer. I said, Lord, I'm doing something that's offending my body. And if you tell me what it is, I'll stop. And when I came out of surgery, that was November the 17th, 1999, I've never had another piece of meat. And I've never had that situation to occur either. And so it must have been that was offending my body. Anyway, I would feel like a traitor if I reoffended. I'm not going to reoffend. And once the Lord help you and you overcome something, don't reoffend because you'll find yourself all the way back to square one and many times worse off than you were before you even made the attempt. Be the change that you want to be. Plan it, work your plan, be committed to you. You are worth the commitment. You are worth telling yourself the truth and following through with what you told yourself you're going to do. All right? God bless you. I love you with the love of the Lord. Don't forget Midnight Cry. That number is down at the bottom of the screen. And we're so grateful that you're with us. And this time next week, we will see you and with Ask Mother. Please like and share so that we can keep things moving. All right? God bless you. It's good to see those of you that jumped in to be with us on tonight. Thank you for coming.